It is a sunny Sunday in Cleveland, Ohio, where cross-conference football is coming to life in week number 3 as Jordan Love leads the Green Bay Packers out of the tunnel on the road seeking their first win of the season at 0-2. And on the other side, an ambitious quarterback at the right page of 40, Joe Flacco, looking to lead the Browns back to the postseason for the second time in his career, as the Browns come out to the field with a 1-1 record, fresh off of an upset victory over their division rival Baltimore Ravens, looking to ride that momentum here at home and get over the 500 hump with a tough task ahead of them in a terrific NFC North opponent. Jordan Love and Joe Flacco, the quarterback matchup for today. Lots of rookie talent all around between these two teams. Matthew Golden at wide receiver, the guy to look for on the Packers end. No more Jair Alexander. How big of a loss is that going to be for the Packers? I guess we will have to find out here as we are underway from Huntington Bank Field. Browns begin with the football. Jerome Ford on the return from the 5-yard line. Staying on his feet, though, and bouncing this one to the 26 as we welcome everybody joining me today. Sean Taylor, SMEG, Red Swarm, Baked Bean, and everybody else joining me throughout. Glad to have you guys here with me as we will get into this with 9:55 left in the first quarter. Guess who's a Browns guy today? It's funny. I'm rooting against my own team in a way for the pick'em, but I'm already 1-1, so it doesn't matter all too much. What up, JJJ? This is a big game, especially for the Packers in this one. Quinshon Judkins, one of the rookies to look for in the backfield here, but Flacco off the play action is sacked immediately. Luke Van Ness off the edge, unblocked, at a 10-yard loss on the opening play. Browns offense doing what many expect them to do. That was an ugly play. Sleepy Joe. That is not Joe Flacco. My goat is wide awake. Sleepy offensive line there. Might have been DeJuan Jones sleeping there at left tackle. 2nd and 20 now. The handoff goes to Quinshon Judkins. Got terrific blocking, and the Buckeye will pick up 17. Incredible recovery. Browns dig themselves out of a hole here and might have a good opportunity to pick up a 3rd and short. Browns running back room absolutely loaded, even with the dismissal of Nick Chubb. Still got Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson, the rookie tandem, looking to become the second two-headed monster in Cleveland in the 2020s. Quick pass here from Joe Flacco, hauled in by Jerry Jeudy. Wide receiver 1 now, looking to become a dangerous target on this Browns offense. Jameis Winston was his best friend last year. It's when he succeeded and thrived the most, but Joe Flacco seems to be just about the same kind of guy that Jerry Jeudy would hope for. What up, Kinder Jester? Browns able to dig themselves out of the hole there. 2nd and 20 turns to a first down. Another quick pass here from Flacco outside. Hauled in again by Jeudy. He'll pick up 3 more. OSU, the best NFL talent producing school? I would think so. It's not even a question at this point that it's wide receiver U. Everyone wants to talk about LSU. I get that they're definitely number 2, but I just don't think Ohio State wide receiver talent's respected enough. Looks like Cedric Tillman up top there. One-on-one in press coverage as Joe Flacco gonna loft one downfield and on target, but knocked away incomplete. And the first deep shot of the day going in favor of the Green Bay Packers. So right now, Jair Alexander not missed too dearly. And you can't really say they're going to miss an incredible amount against the Browns wide receiver core. They'll have to test them against a different team. 2nd, 3rd down of the drive here for Joe Flacco. Looking to get across midfield, steps up, hit as he fires that one incomplete. EG with the 1999. Whoa! Big Browns fan. I'm a big EG fan. Appreciate you, boss. Glad to have you back in chat. How about that? What a guy. Punt coming up here for Corey Bojorquez, one of the best in the business, as the lefty gets this one off. It is a beauty. Going to land inside the 10. Did not have the right spin. And the Packers will take over at the 20-yard line. But a tough couple of weeks for Green Bay. They lose against the Detroit Lions. It seemed that everyone's going to struggle against. And they also lose an upsetting game on Thursday Night Football against another great playoff team in the Washington Commanders. Shout out EG, man. $20 dono is bonkers, boss. Packers drive begins from the 20-yard line. Man set in motion here as Jordan Love will work off the play action. Sets his feet, finds his running back, but his running back did not find him. Josh Jacobs unaware that football was headed in his direction. Quite the embarrassing drop right there. Could have had it a whole lot better. GD going from 7th to 4th all time of the dono list with that one too. Josh Jacobs there with the drop, though, gets the handoff. He'll secure this one. Denzel Ward able to wrap up and make a nice tackle. Little 3-yard pickup. Biggest Bears fan, but I just hate the Packers, so let's go Browns. There you go. That is also a completely valid reason to cheer for a team if you're cheering against one. Love to the shotgun here on a 3rd and 7. Browns trying to pitch a 3 and out. A star-studded defense as Jordan Love backpedaling. Now fires left sideline and wide open across the 35-yard line. Jaden Reed will pick up the first down and move the chains. Bit of interview for a minute. Gotta give to the one person who helps me when there's no football. Hey, much appreciated. That is some good poetry from you, my friend. Yeah, this game in particular doesn't even bring that much intrigue to me. We'll probably lose by a lot in real life, but hey, you never know. Packers just looking to get into the win column. That is their top priority. Off the bootleg here, Jordan Love going to set and fire downfield, and he's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Everson Jr., and the Bulldog gets the Browns up to the 36-yard line. What up, A-Rod? Yeah, that couldn't have been timed better. Wow. He's done it again, chat. Wow. The 3rd round pick out of an SEC school gets the better of Jordan Love as his turnover problems continue on the road. This dude's a wizard, man. Wow. That's crazy. All right. You've won. You know what? I told you I'd pin the comment if you called a pick this week. And you did it the very next day. What up, Chili? Got a little bit too excited from that. I'm a big Martin Everson Jr. enjoyer, I must say. Browns are set up in scoring position at the Packer 36-yard line, but how long is that going to last? A 3-yard loss there to Judkins. Big boy Devontae Wyatt right up the middle. And that is a lot to handle. What up, Goku? Better not mess up my bet. What's the bet? What do we got in store here? 2 tight ends set here, run heavy formation. And the 3rd handoff of the day to Quinshot Judkins. He'll pick up 2 of his lost 3. What's the donut leaderboard look like? I got you. John Zeller all time up top at 192.67. Chili in second with 148.77. Games in 3rd with 69 flat. GD in 4th, Scribble in 5th. Midway through the first quarter, Browns facing a 3rd and 11. Flacco is going to check this one down, complete for 2 yards. And a great effort there from the Green Bay Packers as they get off likely by just giving up a field goal there. Maybe even unscathed, I could say, depending on what Dustin Hopkins does. What a terrible year he had last season. See if he can pick it back up, though. Opening field goal attempt to 52 yards for Dustin Hopkins. Looking to get the Browns an early lead here. It's up and good. Browns will take over on the favoring end of the scoreboard after a Martin Everson Jr. interception. And a 1-yard drive leads the Browns to a 52-yarder. What up, Trex? Dang. Giants are 10-0. That's wild. What up, Packers on top? Not the case just yet. Been a rough year so far for the Green Bay Packers, but they are taking on a formidable opponent, that's for sure. So, see if they can bounce back on this drive here. Jordan Love with an opening drive turnover, and he may not even get the chance. Terrific return by Mecole Hardman up to the 44-yard line. Thought he was gone. Packers will be blessed to start 56 yards away from the end zone. Believe that is our best return of the season, if not one of. Definitely the special teams play of the week. Big play. Packers defense doing their job to perfection. See if the Packers rely more on their offensive running game here as they head to Josh Jacobs right on cue. Taken down by Jordan Hicks after a 4-yard pickup. That is the former Minnesota Viking at the 47-yard line. Breaking down the Browns defense real quick, much of the same. Myles Garrett, Isaiah McGuire, Malik Collins, and Mason Graham, 2 new faces though. Devin Bush, Carson Schweschinger, the rookie. Jordan Hicks, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, Martin Emerson Jr., Grant Delpit, and Ronnie Hickman make up the starting Browns defense. They are off to a hot start here, forcing the early interception, and Myles Garrett's got a sack. Do not leave that man one-on-one. The defensive player of the year in 2023 gets home early in week number 3. Oh, man. You know, I'm not a big roughing the passer advocate, but that might be the one. What up, Trey? What up, Side Tom? Wow. That's a big hit. Shad, a top 5 season all-time. I would not say all-time. I might give you top 10. I think that's fair. But, yeah, maybe. Who knows? In the blink of an eye, it is 3rd and 16. Jordan Love dropping back to pass once again. Browns rushing 4. Love going to step up and take off. Can he get there? Yes, he can. 20-yard pickup when it matters most. Packers move the chains into enemy territory with a huge rush from their leading quarterback. What up, Leon Trey? Hot take, to be fair. No, it's fair. That's a good hot take. Browns left the open field a little bit too open there. And they will pay the price. Couple of deep conversions for the Packers and Browns, respectively, as Josh Jacobs looking to get going. Good tackle there in the box made by Greg Newsome, Northwestern Wildcat. Just 7 minutes gone by in this one. Feels like an eternity, though, with the turnover and a couple of short possessions between these two teams. Packers trying to keep it going with the scoring. At the 40-yard line now of Cleveland, Browns are going to blitz a whole lot here. Josh Jacobs going to take this carry and pay the price himself. He'll gain 6. Bit of a pinball tackle right there between Jordan Hicks and Myles Garrett. Matt really said it's not a Packer game if Love doesn't throw a pick. It's true. That is 3 weeks in a row now that he's thrown at least 1 interception. It's been ugly. 3rd down and about 1.5 yards here. Love once again going to hand off to Josh Jacobs. Got good blocking and a 1st down picked up. Gain of 7 on the rush. Couple of 3rd down conversions on this drive, both of which have been on the ground, so the Browns got to do a better job protecting the interior on 3rd down scenarios. 3 receiver, 1 side end set here. Jordan Love going to fire a screen pass complete. Caught by Jacobs, climbing the sideline. Stiff arms out of bounds to the 19-yard line. The Packers, the first team into the red zone. Fumble right here would be huge. A-Rod's been too quiet, though. You just never know. Into the final 90 seconds now of the opening quarter. Jordan Love going to fire this to the end zone. Knocked away, incomplete. Greg Newsome. Terrific defensive effort. Looking to pick out Romeo Doubs in the back corner. To no avail. Browns defense looking to make another stand. 3rd down of the possession. Browns trying to make a stop inside their own red zone. Little RPO left side and wide open. Romeo Doubs will pick up the 1st. Good recognition there from Jordan Love. Saw the cushion. What up, Flash Gordon? Thought Jacobs was going to be the missing piece for the Packers, but I guess not quite. Not bad enough, but not quite. Yeah, I think so too. Maybe like 2021, Josh Jacobs would have been the answer, but I agree. The rookie Matthew Golden into the slot here on a new set of downs for the Packers as Myles Garrett giving chase, and that's a drop right through the hands of the tight end Tucker Kraft, and he's going to hang his head over that one. Jerome Baker in coverage, but how disappointing. Hope CPU versus CPU underthrows are fixed in Madden 26. I hope that and a number of other things are also fixed. One can hope. Add that to the list of issues for this Packer offense this season. A drop from their tight end. Little check down here to Tucker Kraft. Pulling away, nearly got all the way. That's a gain of 8. Thought for a second there he was going to find himself an escape to the corner. Browns will whiff on a tackle and cough up 8 yards. What if the Packers start 0-3? It's possible. Very, very possible. Packers have already converted 3 third downs, looking for number 4 and possibly the end zone. Love going to set and fire, and right on cue, there it is. And the rookie Matthew Golden right back to the end zone. How about that? Back-to-back weeks with a receiving touchdown. I think it's 3 in a row, actually. And he is now the Packers' leading touchdown scorer of the season in terms of wide receivers. Number 22 getting going early. Packers will take the lead right back. A good march there from Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs after a disastrous opening drive. They will reclaim the lead here. Had happened. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Gone dead quiet inside of Huntington Bank Field. Extra point coming up here for Brandon McManus. It's up, and it's good. Packers lead is 4. 12 play, 56-yard drive. Might be the least most efficient drive of all time, if you know what I'm throwing out there. There's Shitter Sanders. We got a Shitter sighting. He will be backing up Joe Flacco in the case that the 15 number wearing 40-year-old quarterback goes down to injury, which is definitely a possibility. We saw Michael Penix get injured on Sunday Night Football, and Kirk Cousins come and save the day over in Minnesota last week. Could be much of the same story for Shitter Sanders. Jerome Ford back on the return. Browns are down by 4. And Ford's got a good return. The Cincinnati Bearcat out to the 29-yard line. One more play to go here in the opening quarter. Final play in this direction for now for the Browns offense. Got to try to find something positive out here. One more step here to an exciting opening quarter, which saw touchdown, field goal, and turnover. Joe Flacco off the read option. How about the big man and the old fella showing off the wheels? I love it, like the Peyton Manning. Oh, and he is hurt, right on cue. Can you believe it? Oh, whoa. And we get our Shitter Sanders sighting in the second quarter. How about that? That actually is unbelievable. Wow. Well, we're going to get it right here. Unreal. I can't believe it either, Andy. That's ridiculous. That is insane. Well, here you go. The first sighting of Shitter Sanders. I'm hyped. Here we go. Joe Flacco coming up with a shoulder injury on the final play. So Shitter Sanders going to take over and hand off to Quinshad Judkins. 2-yard pickup. Sanders going to go 15 for 15, 340. Let the rookie ball out. I'm excited, man. I've been wanting to start Shitter, but I couldn't. He found his way, though. Why not number 12? Why not him? Brown's going to line up in another run-heavy formation here, though. Maybe get the rookie a couple of reps to hand the football off, but not so fast. Looking to fire downfield, and his first pass is a first down completion. Caught by Jerry Jeudy. And just like Week 3 in 2018, the Browns can just sense a rookie sensation take it over. You just get the feeling that lightning might be striking twice in Cleveland. Terrific opening pass, and he simply wants more. From the 44, going downfield and delivers. Caught by Cedric Tillman. 14-yard pickup, back-to-back first downs. And this is why this guy simply should have been taken way earlier than 144th overall. There's simply no excuse. Back to a 3 tight end set now. Here are the Browns. Little RPO right side, caught by Jerry Jeudy, looking to make a man miss in the open field. It'll take 5. Didn't think I'd be here for the moment? Well, you've caught yourself lucky. That is wild, though. Flacco, please get better. Yeah, Shitter might be cooking here. Things might get dangerous. Cannot believe that I legitimately was like, oh, it could happen. And it did. Sanders off to a 3-for-3 start. Going to hand off to Judkins. Here goes the Buckeye again. Only a 1-yard pickup. Browns' run game has really dictated by their blocking, which has been poor in the rushing offense for a couple of years now. Mostly thanks to injury, but is what it is. Pick'em split today. Let me check that out for you. Get that after this third down, because I'm also interested to see what it might be. 3rd and 4, first third down, faced here for Shooter Sanders, and the blitz is coming, and Sanders is sacked. It's a deep one as well, loss of a dozen on the play. Edger and Cooper gets home, and the Packers doing the right thing, and they will bring down the rookie with pressure in his face. All right, split for this game is 23-9 in favor of the Green Bay Packers. Kind of what I expected, maybe a little bit less lopsided, actually. Out of range, I think 53 should be within Dustin Hopkins' territory. You might miss one, though, here. We'll see. I think we should be okay. All things considered. And they will attempt one. Hopkins good from 52. This one from 53 in the opposite direction on the way, and it is no good. He hooked it left, and the Packers will take over with terrific field position at around the 43-yard line. Wow. Very, very close, but he did just pull it. And that is a rendition of his 2024 season. Biggest low light of Dustin Hopkins' career was missing a 30-yarder indoors at the Caesars Superdome. Packers looking to ride this wave of momentum as the Browns rush forward. Jordan Love going to fire downfield, nearly picked off again. Denzel Ward right there as the Warden adds another pass breakup to his resume. All eyes on Kenny Pickett as well. He is backing up Shooter Sanders today. 50-plus been iffy this year. Really has. Will Reichert, Dustin Hopkins has been struggling. It's contagious. Never a given in the National Football League. Check down pass is actually held on to. Thought it would be dropped there by Tucker Kraft. He hangs on to that for the Jordan Hicks hit. 4-yard pickup there. Sets up a 3rd and 6. Watch Sanders and Pickett both get injured. That would be crazy. Browns once again looking to make a stand here defensively. Linebackers dropping in coverage as Love drops back in the pocket and delivers a dart, but it's broken up, incomplete. What a hit by Grant Delpit. Tell you what, the Browns might not be the most athletic team, but they will bring the boom every single hit. You saw Myles Garrett on the sack. Every catch is earned, every drop is forced. Great defense there from the Browns. They get up scot-free from the missed field goal. Daniel Whelan on for the kick. And again, it's a good punt, although it's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. No way we go through more than like 3 quarterbacks this game. I don't think it'll happen. That'd be absolutely ridiculous if it hypothetically did. I don't buy it. He's back? Oh, is he? Did I miss? You're right. He is back. 1 drive for Shooter Sanders. That's it. Tragic. Sanders' day appears to be over, at least for the moment. Joe Flacco back from injury, and he's going to hand this one off to Judkins, taken down by Valentine at the 24-yard line. I mean, he's probably still a little bit tender. That 40-year-old body doesn't ease itself into pain, that's for sure, but could have been much, much worse, I suppose. See how much he'll throw the football, especially downfield. Got that gunslinger mentality. Certainly didn't leave that in Baltimore. Flacco steps up in the pocket, fires this one downfield, hauled in by Judy. Big hit delivered by Valentine. Judkins needs to get going. Did I say Valentine? I meant to say Valentine. Also could have been my mic. I will say the V's and the B's oftentimes are not translated very well through this headset. Imagine Joe gets hurt again. Could happen. Flacco might retire next year. Wouldn't shock me. Near the midway point now of the second quarter. The handoff goes inside to Judkins. Got a good block. Bounces off a tackle. Still going. Look at the rookie churn the extra yards. 10-yard pickup across midfield. And the Browns fans are active. What up, Sid? So were you? Another big Browns fan today. How about that? B's and the B's. Okay, yeah, see. It's not me then. Browns across midfield once again. Flacco off the play action. Steps up and fires this one downfield. Hauled in. Another beauty from Joe Flacco. There's Deontay Johnson. Not sure how much he will see the football repetition-wise, but he gets an important catch there on the offensive end. Another first down for the Cleveland offense. Looking for back-to-back upsets over the Ravens and the Packers here in week number 3, and wide open across the middle. That is Cedric Tillman into the red zone. Yeah, Joe is more than fine. Maybe it was a leg injury. I'm just speculating it was shoulder because he ran the football and lowered the helmet. However, never really know. Madden got the Packers playing man coverage for some reason. Madden has no idea what they're doing. Into the red zone. The handoff to Judkins. Swallowed whole. Loss of 2. Edger and Cooper meets him in the backfield. A loss of a pair. And this game going back and forth. That was Isaiah McDuffie, actually. My apologies. 58, not 56. Big play nonetheless. Packers gain some leverage. And the Browns face an uphill battle on a 2nd and a dozen. The handoff going weak side, though, to Judkins. They don't get the yardage back and an extra yard. That time, it was Isaiah McDuffie again. Called Madden for a reason. That they do. Not wrong there. Just the 1 third down conversion all afternoon for the Browns. Looking for number 2 here. From the 15-yard line, Flacco gonna fire wide open inside the 5. Deontay Johnson. 13-yard pickup. And the Browns can taste the end zone near the 2-minute warning. Packers get the ball to begin the second half. Keep that in mind as they look to potentially double dip. A stop would be great as well. Plenty of time, though, for a Jordan Love rebuttal. First and goal from the 2. Handoff going to Judkins, and he will dive for the end zone and reinstate the lead for the Browns. Cleveland back on top. And the Buckeye finally gets his first touchdown here at home. What's going on with this defense? I can't even blame the Packers defense too much. Joe Flacco is just that guy. You know how many defenses he made look silly last year or 2 years ago? Extra point on the way, and it is good for Dustin Hopkins after the missed field goal. How about that for Joe Flacco? Right back off the bench from injury. And he goes the length of the field and puts the Browns back up a field goal with 2:08 to go in the second quarter. Has Jordan Love thrown an interception yet? Yes, he has. First drive, actually. He fired one to Martin Everson Jr. So that streak remains alive. What I missed, I'm not sure when you left, but Jordan Love led a good little touchdown drive, and then Joe Flacco returned the favor. Saw some Shedeur Sanders for a little bit after the Joe Flacco injury. Good return again here from Hardman up to the 27-yard line. That is why the comment is pinned. A-Rod came in here, first comment, and called the interception right on cue. 6 or 7 on the year. I think it's number 5, I think. Could be wrong. I know for a fact he's thrown at least one in every week. And I think he had at least 2 last week. So Packers open up this 2-minute drill from the I formation. Off the play action, though, Jordan Love looking deep down the middle and wide open, pulling away Jaden Reed. 22-yard pickup, a terrific way to begin this drive as the Packers look to draw, leave it, or take the lead before halftime. First time seeing Shedeur in Madden? Me too, actually. Come to think of it. Watching it, I would have said that. That's hilarious. After the 2-minute warning, Packers are 51 yards away from the end zone, and they make their way further downfield. A great strike through the seams there. Again, it's Jaden Reed. This is a guy that'll give you 27 or 2.7 fantasy points in any given week. You just never know. I think the Packers will win this game, but it'll be close. It'll be a one-score game. In real life, we'll lose by about 20. Josh Jacobs this time to the left side of Jordan Love, who backpedals, fires down the middle. 3rd consecutive catch for Reed. Upended after a 9.5-yard pickup inside the 25-yard line. Still recovering from last night, can't blame you. Brutal watch for the Panther fans, but better days are to come. Still holding a 2-1 record. That is terrific. Neither team is taking a timeout still. Inside the final minute, little RPO here is hauled in by Reed. Another first down. 2.7 to 27. Pretty much every Packer wide receiver. They have so many. True. Almost forgot to take Christian Watson off the depth chart today. Forgot how late in the year he tore his ACL. Fortunately remembered. Because he had a couple catches last week. He probably shouldn't have. Offered on though. Packers take their first time out. Knock it on the doorstep of the red zone. They will find it and then some. Jaden Reed, catch number 5 in a row. Jordan Love really picking out his main man here. Myles Garrett has to start cooking. He has 1 sack today. But yeah, going to have to force a turnover at this rate and really take over. All eyes on big number 95 here as he looks to bring some pressure. But Jordan Love with a quick fire, and it's dropped incomplete. Matthew Golden could not withstand the hit from Denzel Ward as the Warden with another pass breakup. Jaden Reed going crazy. Might have been the fantasy guy to have in week number 3. You just never know. Dobbs and Reed to the left side, and Matthew Golden to the right. Jordan Love takes a low snap, handles it, fires it over the head of Tucker Kraft, incomplete. 17 seconds left now in the quarter. Packers likely going to look to the end zone and then potentially settle for a field goal. Packers have been terrific on third down all afternoon. Will it continue on 3rd and 10? Love going to fire to the end zone, and wide open Romeo Doubs will give the Packers a halftime lead. Another big-time drive from Jordan Love as he gets the job done. Well, this was the drive that Jaden Reed built, and Romeo Doubs resides in, wide open in the end zone. Wow. After the draft, Madden simulators were mostly playing Shooter Sanders Browns. Shooter Sanders Browns against every team. I was getting tired of Shooter. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. They do that for the clicks, right? If they're not worried about keeping track of like season stats and everything else, I don't blame them. They're not doing it for the love of the game. I'm doing it for the love of the game. Extra point on the way, and it's good for Brandon McManus. Packers once again ahead by 4. It's been a pretty good opening half. I think the Browns can't complain about only being down by 4. If you told them that at the beginning of the game, and the Packers wouldn't complain being up by only 4 if you told them how bad Jordan Love looked at the beginning of the game. So all things considered, both teams will probably find themselves pretty happy heading into halftime, but the Packers got to be the happier of the two as they get the touchdown, and they will receive the second half kickoff as well, which is significant. Sim League TV, yeah, I watched some other simmers, but like, again though, the entertainment value is not there for me. That's why I had to take it under my own wing, throw my own little pizzazz on it. Brown's going to take a knee and a touchback up to the 30-yard line. See if Joe Flacco wants to try to get the boys back into range. Justin Hopkins 1 of 2 on the afternoon. Good from 52, no good from 53. Working on the live poll right now, so stay with me. Throw that out at halftime. What up, Retro? What'd you miss? Decent amount, actually. Been a pretty good game. Flacco and the Browns got about 3 plays here to get into field goal range. They begin with a handoff to Judkins, who will pick up 4. Neither team reaching for a timeout, which will take us to halftime. It's the Packers 14, the Browns 10 from Huntington Bank Field in week number 3. All right, live poll is going out. Who you got based on the score and scenario? Vote now. Retro, you missed a Jordan Love interception from Martin Emerson Jr. Browns kicked the field goal. Packers scored a touchdown on the next drive. Joe Flacco rushes for a first down and gets hurt. Shooter Sanders comes in, leads a drive all the way down to field goal range. The Browns miss a field goal. Packers punt. Browns score a touchdown, and then the Packers respond there at the end of the first half. And here we are now into the third quarter. Another good return for Green Bay up to the 32. Split vote thus far. There you have it. One thing we can all agree on, though, is the like button. If you have not yet already, drop a like down below. Really helps with the algorithm. Gonna get some more fans from more teams in here. Madden do the opposite. Packers starting 3-0. They could. Again, though, I feel like they're a team that could realistically start 3-0 and maybe start 1-2. Definitely possible. Second half is underway from Huntington Bank Field, and the handoff going to Josh Jacobs, and the Browns right there. Isaiah McGuire, the Missouri Tiger. Big time play. Packers, Browns going to get the dub. We'll see. Browns have that dog in them, though. 4 Brown jerseys on the line of scrimmage here. Myles Garrett left one-on-one, but the handoff going to Josh Jacobs. Got good blocking, and he fights his way forward to pick up the first down. Nice little 12-yard run there. Wow. Forgot motion of the tackle, too. I probably did, didn't I? Big play there. Packers are able to, once again, withstand being behind the chains as Romeo Doubs goes in motion. And he will get out in front to block for Josh Jacobs, and a big-time hit delivered. Ronnie Hickman. What a play out in front. Another Buckeye out in this field, putting his life on the line for your and mine entertainment. That is their logo. You are correct. Strong side set here for the Packer offense. 2nd and 5. The handoff again going to Jacobs, and Myles Garrett wreaking havoc. And Isaiah McGuire with the cleanup crew. Yeah, Deshaun Watson was not the best quarterback in Browns history. Might actually be the worst. That's saying something. Not a Browns fan sitting down here on 3rd and 5, but that might change. There goes Jaden Reed pulling out in space, and Denzel Ward takes him down over 100 yards receiving. His second half picked it up right where the first half ended. 2 unblocked Browns in the face of Jordan Love. Did not even work. Worst contract? Gotta be. Can't think of any other player in any other sport that got that much money and did that little with it. It's true. Browns showing pressure once again here on a 1st and 10. Linebackers drop, as does Jordan Love. Fires this one on the run to the end zone. And running out of room is Jaden Reed. Real estate was not there anymore. Good play there from this Browns defense. Much needed that time around. Trying to force another incompletion here on a 2nd and 10. Love going to look through the air, wide open. Tucker Kraft at side end, getting gritty up to the 15. Another dozen yards picked up as we break down the Packer offense. A little bit late here, but no worries. Jordan Love, Malik Willis at QB 1 and 2. Josh Jacobs and Marshawn Lewis. Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Romeo Doubs, Tucker Kraft, and Luke Musgrave make up the targets here. An exciting young offense for the Green Bay Packers, especially their wide receiver core, who is going to get going here even more. Jaden Reed, another first down. 10-yard pickup. What up, Lav? 2 Sims in one day? For me? This is number 1. That is wild. Goal-to-go situation here for the Packers. Looking to take their largest lead of the day. Love is going to check it down, hits a helmet or two, and winds up incomplete. Would have had Tucker Kraft at or near the goal line for a touchdown there. Yeah, Reed's having a good day. Don't take him to fantasy next week if you're smart. Sell him while the stock is high. I wouldn't blame you. Browns trying to make another goal line stand here on 2nd and goal, but Love's going to pick out an open target. Touchdown number 2 for Matthew Golden. That is his 5th of the season. He is balling out. It has been a historical drought for a wide receiver taken in the 1st round for the Packers, and maybe they are regretting their previous decisions. He is balling out right now. Despite all the catches and yards for Jaden Reed, no touchdown yet. 2 for Golden, 1 for Doubs. How about that? Browns find themselves down 2 scores for the first time today. McManus on now for the extra point, looking to split the uprights, and he will do as expected. 10-play drive there from the Packers, a terrific way to open up the second half. Time to dial it in, Browns. That it is. What is the next game? That is a good question. I myself do not know, so let's check it out. Let us see. We've had a pretty good couple of games to kick off week number 3, though. Falcons and Panthers was great. Dolphins, Bills was pretty good in its respective way. We got the Texans and the Jaguars coming up on Thursday night. I'm taking tomorrow off. I will be working again. So there is that. Good return here for the Browns, though. All the way up to the 37-yard line, DeAndre Carter, former Los Angeles Charger. So the Browns will take over with their second-best starting field position of the day. NFL teams ranked by their wide receivers YouTube. They didn't have the Packers ranked number 1, but I put them there. Really? I don't think I put them there. I put the Bengals ahead of them. Who else? The Dolphins, probably. Vikings, too. Browns opening drive of the third quarter getting started with Quinshon Judkins running over defenders and making Evan Williams look silly. Big time 6-yard pickup. Took a big swing on the first pick'em, or for this pick'em. Yeah, you know what? The risk sometimes is not rewarded, but it does feel good when it does happen. Another good pickup there from the rookie. Lone touchdown scorer on this offense today, looking for number 2, and he'll pick up the first down. They have handed in the football an awful lot today. 13 carries already. Over 4 yards a rush, not a shabby stat to have. Spell it Jerry Judy Bob? I do too, actually. Not good when Tua has a concussion. I mean, it's fair. You raise a good point there. Flacco once again going to hand this one off to Judkins. 3 carries in a row. And he will pick up 3 yards. What up, Games? You made it. Browns pull this out. Another Browns fan in the chat. What? A lot of love for the Browns in here today. You'll love to see it. That's huge. 2 extra tight ends out there for the Browns on a 2nd and 7. Check down, though, going to David Njoku. His first catch today will pick up 4. Surprised that it's taken this long for Joe Flacco to find his favorite target from 2023. Him and Njoku, man, were like Brady and Gronkowski for a good 4-week stretch. We'll never forget that team in December. A magical month. Would be a 62-yarder from here, so the Browns offense try to convert on 3rd and 3, and they will not. Set backward by Quay Walker. An important tackle and a big decision coming up here on 4th and 2. What up, Henry? Do you have the Packers? I can check for you real quick. If I could see right around when you submitted. Give me just a moment. Browns offense is going to remain on the field here. On 4th and 2 from the 44, Joe Flacco going to fire this one. Held on to by Deontay Johnson. You can drops the nickname from his name now. Big time catch there from the kid. He just had to have it. Huge catch. Browns drive continues. Up to the 33-yard line. Flacco makes an adjustment at the line, but the adjustment does absolutely nothing to Kenny Clark, the big fella. Beats his man off the line and forces a 2-yard CFL. That's a huge play. Henry, you got the Packers in this one. You are good to go. Big tackle. Browns go in the wrong direction once again. Joe Flacco. Down the middle he goes. Hauled in. Soon to Njoku, taking a couple of Packers to bring him down. 10-yard gain. 3rd and 2 now. At the 25-yard line. Field goal is respectable here for the Browns, but you got to imagine that they have their eyes on the prize, which is the end zone here. Joe Flacco moving back down to the pistol on a 3rd and 2. Some versatility here as the handoff goes to Judkins, and he will lose 2. Devontae Wyatt getting in on the mix. Wow. I mean, goodness, man. Wyatt Teller put flat on his back. That is a veteran offensive guard as well. Is what it is, though. Dustin Hopkins looking to bring us back within a score here from 44 yards out. 1 for 2 today, and he will make himself 2 for 3. 21-13, Browns deficit is the maximum. That one possession could be at 8 points, $1:37 to go. This is how many points the Browns scored last week in their upset win in Baltimore. Wyatt is everywhere. That he is. Been a force to be reckoned with so far this season. Having one of the better defensive line years so far through about 2.5 weeks. Got to respect that. Return here for the Packers special teams. Another pretty good one. Out to the 28-yard line. Jordan Love looking to close this game out with a touchdown drive here. Would be significant. He has had a pretty good day given the start. 3 touchdown passes after an opening drive interception. Maybe this is the turning point in his season. He's open so. Browns defense, though, hungry to force another turnover. The handoff goes to Josh Jacobs, and the Browns are punching for that football. Could not get it ajar from the former Raider. He'll pick up 6 and an injury as well. And this is Josh Jacobs. That's a big-time injury. Wow. Browns starting quarterback going out, and now the Packers starting running back. So Marshawn Lloyd going to get most of the calls now. It's a big play. Who'd you pick? Let me see real quick. If I might be able to find it. A-Rod, there it is. Josh Jacobs now sidelined with an injury. Timetable to return is unknown currently, but Jordan Love is still balling out. Finds Tucker Kraft again. Tackle by the safety, Grant Delpit. You had the Packers, A-Rod. Celtics traded Drew Holiday to the Blazers, for Anthony Simons. And then they pretty much were like, yeah, you know what, he's the answer. See you, Kristaps. That's pretty wild to me. Final minute of the third quarter. Browns once again going to bring some extra pressure, and this time it's going to get home. Love is sacked. Tried to throw that one away, got worried he would fire his second interception. Jordan Hicks will turn the table once again. There is the pass rush, just what the doctor ordered. Had to happen, did happen. Browns make a big-time play. Huge. It is a loss of 11. Marshawn Lloyd in the backfield here. Jordan Love, though, with a deep drop back and a deep pass to accompany it, gets 13 yards back. Tucker Kraft again has been catching everything since his opening target. Went right through his hands, and that should take us to the fourth quarter. A massive opening play to open up the final 10 minutes here. It's the Packers 21, the Browns 13 in week number 3. Should be an exciting ending to this one. Looking forward to it. And here we go. Opening up the fourth quarter with a huge 3rd down and 8. Here comes Myles Garrett off the edge. Love his hit as he throws. It's incomplete. The monster wearer, number 95, has awoken. The quarterback kit and the forced incompletion will also force a Packer punt. It just shifts tectonic plates with a guy like that. Daniel Whelan on for the punt once again. And DeAndre Carter has a good shot at this return. Try to cut through a seam there. Finds the 26-yard line. Browns offense going back to it. Not intentional grounding. I think he got hit there. Ball looked a bit wobbly. At least that's why I'm assuming they panned to Myles Garrett there. Yeah, a lot of pressure off the edge, which is what the Browns have been known for in recent years, but Myles Garrett can't do it all by himself. That's why they went and got him some help there. Adding to their defensive line with big Mason Graham. In the NFL draft, here's Joe Flacco. Backpedaling now, will fire this one near sideline, and incomplete. That is a terrific play by the defensive backs of Green Bay there, forcing a stop. Packers, as previously mentioned, still looking for their first win of the season. here on the road. 0-2 start. Lost to the Lions and Commanders. Ugly September football. The handoff though to Judkins, and he's still high-stepping on his feet, but he'll end up going nowhere when it's all said and done for it, battling extra hard. Poor guy gets no forward progress there. That is brutal. Browns are going to have to deal with it. It is 3rd and 10. Browns going nowhere on back-to-back plays, so Joe Flacco going to look to unleash this one deep down the middle and wide open. We've got separation. Jerry Jeudy is out of there. 74 yards, and the Browns a 2-point conversion from a tie game. Joe Flacco doing just what he did in 2023, exposing secondaries and finding wide receiver 1, Jerry Jeudy. What up, Kasim? Wow. I think we have an audio bug going on currently. That sounds like the football in my ears. That's going to be annoying. Hopefully that goes away. That or there's just like erupting fireworks. Okay, we're good. That is significant. What a play. Browns a 2-point conversion away from a tie game here in the 4th quarter. Looking to extend this 9-0 run to 11. David Njoku in motion behind Joe Flacco. Hand off to Judkins, and we are tied in Cleveland. 3rd and 10 turns into a 21-all ball game. Wow. 9:02 to go in the 4th quarter. Called overtime. It might be happening. Packers defense has been letting them down today. The live poll right now in favor of the Browns. Wow, that's unbelievable. 22 total votes. It is 12-10. That's cool. We have a game. All tied up once again. Mecole Hardman on the return. Good special teams play there. And Jordan Love and Jaden Reed going to have to connect a time or two here. This is where legends are made and legacies are created. Drives like this that matter most. And yes, Trey, we are in the witching hour. A minute into the 4th quarter. Huge drive here. Every Browns fan in attendance is yelling. The handoff is going the wrong direction. Green Bay will lose 2. Myles Garrett gets there first, and Grant Delpit on the cleanup. Went with who I thought was the underdog, which in this case would be the Browns. You are correct. Lots of love for the Browns going on right now. Love from an empty pocket. 5 wide for the Packers. Love stepping up, got some room to run, going to take off and go, pointing out blockers. There goes Jordan Love. 25-yard pickup, and the Packers needed every bit of that one. Browns pass rush is deflected. Finally, that's a big play. So momentum is killed there. For certain. Marshawn Lloyd in the backfield once again. Jaden Reed in motion. Love off the play action. Steps right, looking to take off, and sacked by Myles Garrett. That guy can run stride for stride with your favorite quarterback. And Jordan Love is no exception. 2nd sack today for number 95. Again, though, the Browns are winning first down. They'll have to figure it out, though, on the 2nd and longs to make it 3rd and long, and not 3rd and short of first down. Put him back in the graveyard. That he did. He's at his X factor. Packers going the wrong way again on first down. And again, an uphill battle. 2nd and 13. Love going to fire this one inside. Hauled in. Jaden Reed picks up 2. Martin Emerson, stride for stride, though, right there with them. The live poll is an even split right now. And I feel like that's a good rendition of where this game stands. 11-11, 12-12 in the live poll, 21-21 here. A massive 3rd and 11. Jordan Love looking for an open target downfield. Sacked again. Malik Collins. 2nd sack of the drive, and the Browns will take back over. Down 11 at one point. They are battling back. How about it? That was huge. That is the former San Francisco 49er. And what a big-time play that was. Daniel Wheelan on for the punt. Gets this one off. It's a good one. Landing at the 9. Again, though, the wrong spin. And the Browns will take over. First and 10 at the 20. Jerry Jeudy, well over 100 yards receiving with that 74-yard touchdown catch. Browns looking for more of that here. Trying to get their lead back for the first time since it was 10-7. Pass rush coming up huge late. This is about every Browns win ever, though. You don't look good till about the fourth quarter. Defense steps it up and carries the load. Big time drive here for old man Joe Flacco. Starting out down the middle, nearly picked off. Quay Walker and a hand fight there with David Njoku. Incomplete. Brown Stadium pulse is crazy. Do it for those old guys. Come on, old man Joe. How about this from the empty now? Judkins lining up in the slot. There are 4 targets out there for Joe Flacco to pick out. Actually going to be a screen set up, and that was sniffed out from the get-go. What a play up top. I believe that was Nate Hobbs. That is a sensational defensive recognition, and that might pay dividends for Green Bay. Who's that screen protecting? Nobody. Last time it was 3rd and 10. It ended up in the end zone. Browns looking for more of that magic. Joe Flacco off the play action. Backpedaling. Another deep ball downfield. This time, though, knocked away. Incomplete. Valentine. I think I enunciated my V very, very much so there. That should get the job done. Browns go 3 and out. Corey Bojorquez looking for a 70-yard boot here. As the lefty gets this one off, not his best work at all. It'll be fair caught at the 36. All right, now I'm just being gaslighted, whatever. I'm convinced. Gonna need another big stand, yes. I'm not sure they'll hold it together. Good news is, they'll get the football back, likely no matter what. So they can always respond, no matter the situation here. Again, though, it's a huge drive. All tied up at 21. Jordan Love starts out with a completion to Jaden Reed, a pickup of 7 on his 10th reception. Drop your phone face down from the top of a skyscraper, pick it up. It'll have a better screen than that. Wow. Good little allegory there. I like that. I'm a big fan of the metaphors. Extra linebacker on the line here. Pressure coming up the middle. Love fires this one on the run. First down, Romeo Doubs. Midway point of the fourth quarter. Packers right around midfield. Kevin Stefanski needs his defense to force a turnover here, or come up big in one way or another. How might it happen? Doubs and Reed up top. Matthew Golden down at the bottom. The handoff, though, goes to Marshawn Lloyd, pulling away. Running back 2 with a big 9.5-yard pickup. Still filling in for the injured Josh Jacobs. And a huge carry up to this point. You have a horrible nose. Fire comment, can't lie. Kevin Stefanski visibly unhappy up top. Believe there was a holding call somewhere back in that previous rush to no avail. Jordan Love going outside, caught by Doubs, fighting up the sideline, an extra yard or 2 in there. Love over 200 yards passing. I can't believe he's just now at that mark. Crazy to think about. Got to stop for 3 and out, allow the score, yeah, at this point. You might have to. Clock is stopped, though, with 3:54 to go. Little RPO going left side, hauled in again by Reed. 7-yard pickup. That was a bit more of a dangerous pass, but the ambition was there. And the succession proven. Jordan Love keep throwing the football. Might have to. There's another shooter sighting. Will we see him again? Is Joe Flacco okay? That's the question. So he's getting warmed up for a potential game-winning drive on the sideline. Love going downfield in the breadbasket. What a pass. The only place it could have been. Jaden Reed, 150 receiving yards. And his biggest catch to date. Mild double coverage there. Ronnie Hickman and Martin Emerson a step and a half behind. That's a huge play. Packers inside the 10, and we are inside the final 3 minutes of regulation. Handoff going to Lloyd up the middle and into the end zone. The Packers have a fourth quarter lead when they need it most. Marshawn Lloyd. Wow. Legacy drive there from Jordan Love as the Packers looking to get into the win column here in week 3. Jaden Reed having a game, 12 catches, 150 yards. I told you, he was either going to have 2.7 or 27 fantasy points every week. Would you like to guess how many fantasy points 12 catches and 150 receiving yards is? 27. On the nose. I have a knack for these things, I'm telling you. Extra point for Brandon McManus is up, and it is good. What a drive for the Packers. However, they left too much time for Old Man Joe. Still time for OT, not the worst outcome. Browns can still win this regulation, to be honest. At least they can only tie it. There you go. It's a good way to look at things. Packers have the ultimate advantage, at least in regulation. That is for certain. Got to be confident in that much. Again, though, the Browns looking to rely on Joe Flacco to get the job done. Return taken here by DeAndre Carter. And he is immediately swarmed by a blockade of cheeseheads at the 22. Yeah, he simply didn't have much of a chance there, did he? You score here, we should just go for the win. I agree. This guy gets it. This guy understands. Browns probably won't do it, though. We'll see. 2:49 and all 3 timeouts for Joe Flacco to lead the game-tying drive off to a terrific start. There's his favorite guy, David Njoku. 15-yard pickup. And out of bounds as well. Perhaps the most significant part of that play. Packers hold him? We'll see where they hold him. I guess that'll be the most important part of the question. Big start to this drive, though, for the Browns. Joe Flacco, a lot of recent succession against the NFC North. Another quick pass outside, held on to by Njoku. This time couldn't escape to a boundary. Packers get the victory that time around. Should have one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Browns still have plenty of time, though. Clock is not a factor just yet. Quay Walker and Edgerrin Cooper out there at linebacker as the Packers are rushing 4. Flacco going deep down the middle, and he finds Cedric Tillman inside the 40-yard line as we head to the 2-minute warning. Another huge step and throw from number 15. And here we go. That's a big-time play. Browns can open up the playbook here and take their time as Joe Flacco still looking to complete this drive through the air, successfully picking out Njoku. Another 15-yard pickup. How close is that to 38 yards? 9 plus, where were we? 38, 21. 17 yards off, not too shabby. Clock ticking down now to a minute and a half. Flacco right back down the middle. And this time it's Jerry Jeudy. Keeping his paws on that one. Browns inside the red zone. I mean, the game is just doing the Packers playbook. I don't know. Do they run zero-man coverage, like no matter the situation? Could be. Final minute of regulation. Browns now want to take their time. Do not want to leave Jordan Love too much to go down and lead a drive, but a big TFL there for Edgerrin Cooper. And the Browns might be second-guessing themselves. Could be OT, but man, that's a big play. Browns are still not reaching for a timeout. I guess I'm okay with this. We'll see, though. Under 30 seconds to go now. And it's 3rd and 6. Low snap is collected. Flacco going to find his man down the middle. It's Jerry Jeudy. And a timeout taken at the 11. Yeah, no, this is fine. We're good. Please don't be OT. We might be in for OT. It'd be hilarious if the Browns scored a touchdown, got the extra point blocked. For the first time ever in sim history. I need it. I honestly need that to happen so bad. It'd be hilarious. 11 yards away from a tie game. Joe Flacco backpedaling. Fires this one toward the sideline. Hauled in by Njoku. And the Browns should probably take a timeout, and they will. Not sure why the hesitation there. 3-yard pickup. Browns got about 3 cracks at the end zone here. If they mismanage their time, it'll be 2. We'll see, though. Oh, boy, A-Rod trying to curse my Browns. It's all right. I picked the Packers to win the game, so it's a win-win. I can't really lose. Going to end the poll here. 25 votes and 13 in favor of the Browns. They win the poll. 3-yard pickup there to David Njoku. Browns down to their final timeout. Flacco going to fire back in the end zone. Incomplete. Well, the good thing for the Browns there, only 3 seconds coming off the clock. So they should have 2 more plays here if push comes to shove. Browns will not go for 2. Madden does not have that in their system. Normally, I think they would, though. 2 more shots at the end zone here for Joe Flacco. Off the play action. Can he pick out an open target? Perhaps taking too much time. Now fires to the end zone for the touchdown. 1 second remaining. Cedric Tillman. An extra point away from a tie game. What a drive from Flacco. And he completes his mission. Takes 253 of the 254. And we are an extra point away from OT. Will we find it, though? Go for 2 in the win? I don't think they will. Packers are going to ice the kicker. Keep that in mind. So that could cause some mishaps here. Oh, how about this? Whoa! And the Browns are going to go for the win right here, right now. Flacco from under center. Backpedaling. Got to be careful. And he is sacked. Devontae Wyatt will put the Packers into the win column. Wow. Well, the Browns gambled it all on the 2-point try, but it's the pass rush of the Packers that will win it for them in week number 3. I cannot believe Madden win for 2. I cannot believe Madden NFL Football by EA Sports win for 2. Browns moment, yeah, gotta be. Wow, to go down like that. It hurts, but man, what a game. What a game, though. Cannot even be upset about that, all things considered. Unreal. Browns are going to pray for a miracle here. On the onside kick, it takes a skip. It is loose. It is still loose and now picked up by the Packers. Time is going to expire, and a game that comes down to the final play is stolen by the Packers, 28-27 on the road. What a final possession. Wow. I didn't think Madden had it. I didn't think they had that type of ball knowledge. But you know what? Shout out to Madden for coming through today. What a game. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that one. We got the Texans and Jaguars coming up on Thursday night, taking tomorrow night off. So be sure to check out the highlights of the Falcons and Vikings Sunday Night Football. Probably my favorite game of the season. Kirk Cousins coming in, and the rest was history. So taking tomorrow off for streaming. Back tomorrow with uploads, and I will see all of you